Hi, welcome to I'm Just Here. I'm your host, Reese Baker, and today we're here with Women's Creatives. Happy Women's History Month, y'all. And today I have a special guest, Kennedy, joining us.
Hi, my name is Kennedy Phillips, aka That's So Ken. I am a fashion stylist on Summit University's campus, and I also sell And Can We Trust merch.
Period. Okay, so first question off the bat. How did you start your brand?
My brand started in simple terms from my friends. I didn't really want to start styling, but they seen a light in me that I didn't see in myself. So they continued to push me until I was like, okay, let me start styling. And then also during that time period, like for 3 months, like I was going through a lot of bad stuff, and styling was the way I coped. So it really brought me joy, really gave me peace. So then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start a brand.
Yeah. I can relate to that too, because like when I started my podcast, I started in like COVID, and like COVID was just real, just sad, depressing, and it's kind of like I kind of used it as a way to like uplift and kind of like start a hobby, because up until that point I wasn't really doing anything. So, and
that's like I feel like it's a way for you to communicate your emotions and how you feel, and so express yourself as well, like on podcasts. So yeah, that's like like a brain dump. When you use your podcast, you talk about the specific things that you want to speak on. So yeah, that was cool. That's cool.
Okay, and also, what ways has your brand evolved since you started, and how have you evolved with it in general?
My brand has evolved because it's now a family. Like, it's most definitely a family business. Meaning, like, every person that I see or any person that buy the merch or whatever, they automatically my family. I make sure they're good. I make sure they're okay. Like, I'm networking and branding and all that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's now a family company. And ways that I have evolved with my brand, I say pretty much just like my talking skills and like really get my personality out there, because with me, I don't really talk if I don't know you. And I feel like I have a good personality, but you would never know because I don't talk. So yeah, that's just how my brand made me come out.
That's your show.
Yeah. Rather than trying to be behind the scenes, it's making me have to stand in the light. So.
Stand in the forefront.
Yeah.
I agree, because like personally, like I think with my podcast, I've networked so much with so many people, and like just meeting different people that do different things, and like also being around people to kind of have the same mindset as you as well, and also with the conversations that I have on my podcast, talking about specific things that I think are important and addressing them. So definitely I agree with that, like making me come out my shell, because I'm a very like quiet person.
Straight to yourself. Yes, Reese, you are.
So I think it's helped me like bring myself out of my shell. So
yeah, I'm glad you really started this podcast though.
Thanks.
Yeah, so that's good.
Yeah, and for those that don't know, Kennedy is very like to herself, but when she knows you, she'll speak to you. Yeah. So she'll be like, "Hey."
Yeah,
but yeah. Me. And also, how have you ever felt like giving up on your brand, and what makes you keep going?
I can speak on an experience I had recently, actually. So this week, it was supposed to be my Men's Appreciation Week. And I kept getting a lot of pushback from it. So since I got a lot of pushback from it, I didn't want to do it anymore. And I was like, maybe it's not meant for me. Maybe I'm shooting too high in the sky. Maybe I'm going for the stars and I'm not supposed to be up there. So, I had to take a step back. I called my friends. I talked to them. They was like, "Can't keep going. Just keep going." But unfortunately, it didn't happen. I let myself win, and it didn't happen. But next year, for sure, I want to make sure that I got my Men's Appreciation Week, because for one, I'm graduating, and then for two, I have everything. I know exactly what I want to do. So it should go way smoother now.
Yeah. I feel like when it's like outside forces happening, you always kind of like second guess yourself or self-sabotage yourself. Like, am I supposed to be doing this right now?
Yeah.
But maybe it was just like not meant to be in this particular like season or period of your life, because it's like so much going on already.
Yeah.
So I just feel like that's true. Like sometimes, I'll speak for myself. Like sometimes I'll be like, okay, like even like the podcast, like sometimes there'll be hiccups and stuff, but you just gotta pivot and
keep going,
and like not
be down in the slumps.
Yeah,
I'm learning that. I'm a very emotional person, so like when stuff happens to me, I just be like, I gotta cry. I don't feel like being bothered right now. No. So yeah, I'm learning that, like, to just pivot and keep going. Like, if change is happening, then I need to change, rather than trying to stay stagnant and not adapting to my new environment.
Right. Okay. Also, who is a big inspiration for you?
I have a couple of inspirations, but my biggest inspiration right now is myself. Simply because I know my ups and downs, I know my trials and tribulations, and I also know how I exceeded from that, and I also know, like, how I changed myself and how I adapt from it as well. So right now, me doing this is inspiring me to keep going. Because I didn't want to do it at first, and now, like, I'm forced to be like, okay, Ken, you have to do this.
Right.
You have to, you know what I'm saying, look a certain way. You have to talk a certain way. Like, you're in a whole different ball game.
Right.
So. I never see myself doing this. I always thought I was going to be like the girl in the background. Yeah. So me being, you know what I'm saying, the girl I am now is really inspiring me.
Yeah. I say, like, a big inspiration for me is, like, people like Issa Rae. Or, like, just really anybody that's in my circle as far as, like, friends also. Because, like, all my friends are all doing different things. Yeah. So it's, like, seeing all of us come from where we started, like, because, like, I have a best friend. I've been knowing her since, like, 6th grade. And, like, we've watched each other grow as women. It's kind of been, like, always inspiring. Even though we do different things in different areas, like, seeing her grow, seeing the opportunities that she's getting inspires me to go harder and, you know, want to work more. Yeah.
I feel like that's why I say a lot, like, the people around me, because, you know, Mia, CB, I have a friend named Alyssa, Micah. We only been knowing each other for like a year or so, but I've seen them develop, I've seen them change, I see them become the person that they want to be, and it's, like, inspiring, especially because we RAs, we got buku stuff going on already, and then on top of that, you still striving for excellence. Like, kudos to you, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love that. I for sure love that.
Especially Mia, because she's a nursing major. And that's already a lot.
She nursing major, she do JAG ambassador, like, she do buku stuff, but, you know what I'm saying, she conquering. Yeah. Like, she's not letting it devour her. She's literally going up and beyond and, like, soaring. So I really commend all my friends, for real. I really love them, like, inspiration for real. Because these are the same girls that helped me start my business, you know what I'm saying? So they taking on their challenges and also helping me. Right. So, I always say forever love them. Yeah.
What's some things that you kind of faced, like, I know you say you started it, but what's some things besides, like, Men's Appreciation Month? You know how you always kind of have, like, the self-doubt. I don't know. I find myself doing that, too, sometimes.
Yeah, I have, my self-doubt in my business. Yeah. Like the pop-up shop. So the pop-up shop, I was like, you know what? I don't know if I want to do this because I don't think no one's going to buy the merch. Right. Like, I don't think no one's going to come outside. Don't think no one's going to, you know what I'm saying, want to be bothered with it. Yeah. But what I found out was not only did some people buy it, but I had a whole team standing by me. Like, I had people coming up to me speaking. Like, I was talking for a whole... I think the pop-up shop was like 3 hours. I didn't stop talking the whole 3 hours. Like, different people just speaking, networking, saying hey to people, checking on people, make sure everybody okay. Like, that was... I didn't want to do it. Like, I really was about to be like, I'm not finna do this. This is just too much. So, I feel like that is... My self-doubt is really my biggest hindrance. Yeah.
I say personally for me, like, even though, like, my YouTube videos and stuff, like, are not going the way I wanted to go as far as, like, viewers wise, like, still going and still pushing for it and, like, starting from somewhere versus, like, okay, no, this is not gonna work because it has this X amount of views. It's like, you gotta not think about that when you're creating content because you have to understand, like, why you started in the first place.
Yeah, and also understand everyone started from somewhere. Right. You know what I'm saying? So even if the views not coming in, that doesn't mean they're not, like, someone's not watching. That doesn't mean that the words that you're saying is not helping someone else. Right. Just because you don't see immediate, like, results does not mean you're not impacting the world, Reese. Okay? Right. So, girl, do not stop. Keep going.
Yeah, because, like, I don't know, like, with me, it's like I've been doing it for, like, a long time. So, like, trying to, like, still evolve and grow with it. And it's already hard enough because there's so many different, you know, podcasts out there and stuff.
Yeah, but that just became a trend, girl.
Yeah. And I noticed that.
Yeah.
A lot of people do stuff for, like, trends. I'm, like, noticing all these podcasts. I'm like, what? You know?
That just came popping. So, I feel like with you just got to bring yourself more. Like, I didn't know you had a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know you had a podcast until you asked me, and I'm so thankful. I did not know until you asked me. So it's just like you gotta bring yourself. You gotta push yourself out there way more.
Yeah.
Like, but these like come up with like these fun ideas, like interviewing girl, like for Women's Month, interviewing me and stuff like that. Be more engaging or more hands on. So
yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
and. Some networking tools what's some networking tools that would you give others that are looking to start like a clothing brand? Because I don't know about you, I used to always think like networking was such like this big thing. Because like I've watched my mom do it because my mom's an educator, and the way she used to like describe networking and like how I see it now is totally different. Like she just made it seem like it was such this big thing that had to be done. But more so now what I see is like it's not really a lot that goes into it. It's really you talking to somebody and kind of feeding back off of what they're telling you and finding a common interest or something that y'all do together.
Yeah. I do agree with that. To me, networking is just like, I'm big on family, so that's why I keep saying that word. But networking is just being yourself.
Right.
Like, just listen, be yourself. But if you don't have a good personality, then maybe you need to take a step back and reevaluate, then go ahead. Okay?
Yeah.
So, but for sure, with me, it's just me being myself.
Right.
And I'm the type of person, like, if I see somebody sad, I'm like, hey, how you doing? Like, you okay? Like, what's going on? This and third. And I might not even bring my brand up.
Right.
But they know who I am. And you know what I'm saying?
They know
my
their
impact.
character.
Yeah, my impact is way more important than me trying to sell a shirt.
Right.
So I'd rather have a long time person be like, okay, Kennedy is really cool. Like, I love her personality. I love her vibe. I'd rather that than being like, I just bought a shirt from Kennedy, and that was it. Like, I just spent my money going around my day. No.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like it's about the impact in the person, because whatever that impact in that person creates, then you'll never know that they have such and such. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know how you was saying that you didn't know I had a podcast until now? I've been knowing Kennedy for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
Never brought my podcast up at all. But it's like the character of the person. It's like, oh yeah, I'm down. You know what I mean? Versus, oh yeah, like, I don't really know you. I just feels like, because I don't know. I feel like sometimes at this school, primarily, everything is like clout. Everything is like very clout. Like, very clout worried. Like, the only people that really mess with you, or it's people only mess with you for opportunities that you can give them versus
just doing stuff to just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just out of the kindness of your heart. Like, and another aspect of networking is showing love. I, like, with my men's appreciation week, every single thing I was going to do was going to be done by my peers. So I was going to do a giveaway basket, and in the giveaway basket I was going to have treats. I had called one of my friends, Deja, to do the treats for it. And I called one of my friends, Nori, to do, like, the strawberries as well. So it's like, I wasn't finna go to an outside source. I was going to show love in my community and show love to people who show love to me. Right. So I feel like that's one of the biggest things with networking. Show love. It don't matter if it's just showing up to an event that they have or sending them, like, I hope you're doing well text. Just show love. Like, that's as simple as it is. That's one of the biggest. I feel like that's literally, if I was to give advice about it, that's what you need to do. Show love. Yeah.
Especially if you want to start off earlier, because, like, it's about who you know, not, you know, what you know. You know, I think, like, with brands in general, you can be a brand and you can be a clothing brand, but what separates you from others? Because the market is so saturated now. Everybody has a clothing brand. So what separates you from everybody else? Who are you behind closed doors?
Yeah, what's behind the scenes?
Yeah. Because I think when that happens, then you'll get the attraction. Then you'll get the people. Because they know who your character versus what you sell. Yeah. You know? So I think that's the best way I can say it. But what is the biggest lesson that you have learned from being an entrepreneur? From having your own business so far?
It takes a village. The biggest lesson I've learned is it takes a village. Don't try to do everything yourself. Yeah. And if someone is willing to help you, like I think I have a hard time allowing people to help me because I feel like I can do it myself.
Yeah,
but
same.
the reason why they want to help you is because they love you.
Right.
That makes sense. So in the aspect, that's them showing love to you, and you blocking your blessings because you can't put your ego down, and you can't put your pride down because you feel like I'm Wonder Woman. And there's nothing wrong with being Wonder Woman. You can be her all you want, but allow yourself to be embraced by the love that you give. You can't stop trying to like push that away. Like just embrace it. It's okay. See, you know what I'm saying? It's okay to let somebody help you. It's okay to let somebody show you love. Yeah.
I think that we kind of, as Black women, we kind of have that Wonder Woman mentality from like, I don't know, as far as like my mom, who I've seen be Wonder Woman in certain spaces, it's like we see it and then when we get this certain age, we're not gonna accept help from anybody. Like I'm all for being independent and like loving yourself and being yourself, but it's okay to receive help from others and also learn from others. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's the biggest way. Like that's the biggest way our community has kept down so much. We want to just be so ego, pride.
Yeah, and that's how you grow as an individual. Because you will never know who you truly are until you ask somebody else. Because the way you look at yourself versus the way someone else look at you, are two totally different people. So if you just saying, I don't care about anyone else, or not even on that type of kick, but if you on some, I only trust myself because I know that I can do it, you won't be able to pull from different ideas or pull for different aspects, or like maybe you should do it like this, maybe you should do it like that. You're just pulling from yourself, and eventually you're going to get exhausted, and your brain is not going to be the same quality that it was. Yeah, it's not going to be the same quality at all if you drained and you tired and you burnt out. Right. So for sure, let somebody. It takes a village. Yeah, it takes a village to run a business.
Yeah, can't do it by yourself.
Yeah.
So, my last question is, what is next for your business?
I have a couple of things in mind that's next, but the biggest thing I need to work on is men's apparel. So a lot of my friends that are males have been getting on me like, I'm trying to support you, but you don't have nothing to support me with. Because, you know, in Kimmy Choi shirts are crop top shirts.
Yes.
Or they're pink.
Yeah.
And the last one we made has a kissy face on it. So they don't want that.
Yeah.
So I really am in the works of designing their
men's apparel.
Men's apparel. I have a design in mind. I just have to get the shirt made to make sure that that's what I want to put out for them. Right. But for sure, they coming up next.
For sure.
I'm locking in on them.
Yeah. Y'all make sure to go get her shirts too. Listening to this. Thank you, Kennedy, for coming. Remember, guys, stay blessed, no stress, and always be here. Subscribe. All of Kennedy's information will be in the link below when the video posts. And thank you, Ken, for coming.
Thank you so much, Reese. Girl, just keep doing this stuff. Don't let nobody make you not want to do this no more. Just keep going. Yeah. And if you have your trials and tribulations, just talk to God and ask God what's going on or what you need me to do next. And that's all I got to say for you. But I do appreciate you having me.
Yes, ma'am.
I am so thankful for these questions. They were amazing.
Thank you.
And yeah.
Yeah. See you guys later.